guys, it's Sophie W, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some things that I found really helpful to bring to college. So let's get started. Clothes. So it really depends on the location of your school, because obviously it's going to be different depending on the location, like the weather patterns and stuff. For me, I go to school in New York, so we have all 4 seasons. It gets really cold in the winter, it gets kind of warm in the fall and the spring and the summer. For me personally, I didn't choose to bring a whole lot of clothes with me. I chose to bring what I thought I needed for the weather during the time period before break, and then I brought those clothes home over break and then brought the clothes for the next period after break. But some good things that you should have for school, no matter where you go, are a nice formal outfit or semi-formal outfit, like a cocktail dress, a nice blazer, something nice, and that includes shoes too, because you never know when you're going to have a formal event. Another thing is sneakers, just like a good pair of sneakers, because you're going to be walking around campus a lot, and you will have days that you just want to wear sneakers. Definitely bring your shower shoes, obviously, because showers can be gross at college. And then I found it really helpful to bring sweatshirts when I got cold at night. I brought a bathrobe for walking to and from the shower, and also bring a raincoat, or a light jacket, and an umbrella. For people that are going to Vassar, the Hudson Valley gets so much rain, so definitely bring an umbrella. It's a very smart move to do. Okay, so desk stuff. There's a lot of things that I didn't think I would need, but it actually came in handy when it came down to it. So the first thing is stamps. I really liked writing to my friends, and so I needed a way to send those back. Also, having stamps around for your absentee ballot, any other documents that you get that you'll need to mail. Another thing was stationery, just because I really like writing to my friends, and writing home was nice. Obviously you can text, but there's just something really special about writing a letter. The other thing is bring enough notebooks for your classes, or loose leaf paper. That might be a given, but just remember to do that. Bring enough pens and pencils. If you're using number 2 pencils and not mechanical pencils, bring a pencil sharpener, because it's going to be very hard to find one. Just a little handheld one that's $1 at Target. And if you have mechanical pencils, bring pencil lead. Bring flashcards, those are always helpful for studying. My friends and I found it really helpful to bring a dry erase board and dry erase markers to work on math problems on and things like that. Also bring a stapler. We didn't notice this, but there's barely any staplers on our campus, so we would bring a mini stapler, or my dad brought me a stapler over October break, and that was really helpful for when you need to staple your stuff. Also tape. You will need tape sometimes, and it will also be very hard to find, so bring a thing of Scotch tape. It's really simple to get. Scissors are also very handy to have around, markers and crayons for those projects that you end up doing. At Vassar, we actually have an art kit that you can loan out from the library, which is really helpful, but if you don't want to walk all the way to the library, or you just want your own things, bring markers and crayons and all that stuff. Other things that are really helpful: rubber bands, paper clips, especially if you're a STEM major and you're going to Vassar, bring paper clips. They have to paper clip their labs. You don't staple them. And I learned that from one of my friends who would come in and ask me if I had paper clips. Really helpful to bring paper clips. Also batteries, you never know when you'll need them. We had lights that we needed batteries for and all that stuff, and people would ask for batteries all the time, so bring batteries. Okay, so everyday dorm / fun stuff. Bedding, obviously. You might want to bring 2 sets of bedding. I did that, so when I was washing one of the sets, then I could put the other one on. Trash can and trash bags. Vassar does provide a trash can. It's rather small though, so we ended up having a trash can each, and we put trash bags in it so we could take out the trash without taking out the whole trash can. Bed risers are also really helpful if you want more space under your bed and you can't loft it for whatever reason. I also had a rug, which was really nice in the winter, so I wasn't stepping on the cold hard floor, and I think that my roommate liked it too, hopefully. I also brought an electric kettle, which I thought was like one of the things that I could not have gone without. It was great for like making tea and hot chocolate and all that lovely stuff. At Vassar, you have to have an automatic turn off one though, because it's a fire hazard if you don't. You can have a Keurig too. I just got an electric kettle because it was cheaper and I don't drink coffee. Headphones and earbuds, really useful, especially when you have a roommate, or if you have a roommate, just because you guys will be working on homework at the same time in the same room, and maybe one of you wants to listen to music but you don't want to blast it, like, yeah. A toolkit. This is one that a lot of people don't bring. My parents had me bring it and it was really helpful. When you have something that you need to have fixed, a toolkit really comes in handy. A lot of people also have stuff that they really need to have fixed, and then you can be that person that's like, hey, I have a screwdriver, it's in my toolkit. That's really cool. A sewing kit. Learn how to sew. Maybe like a button falls off of your pants and you need to sew it. Get a sewing kit. It's helpful. Tissues and cough drops. You know, cold season comes around. Good to have that stuff. Command strips, always good to have, just in case you want to hang something on your wall but you don't want to ruin the paint, because you will get fined if you ruin the paint on the wall. Tweezers and nail clippers and all of those lovely other things for like makeup and all of your like hygiene needs. Bring all that stuff. Try not to forget anything. I forgot nail clippers and then I had to go buy them. And then finally, games, like card games, board games. Those are really fun, especially because you'll have all these friends and maybe you'll want to do something in your common room at night. At Vassar, we have fellow groups, and we would play board games with our fellow groups all the time, and it was really, really nice to have that. Okay, so my last category is kitchen and bathroom stuff. The first thing I would say to bring is water bottles. Bring at least 2. It's really helpful to have around. You will get thirsty, you're walking around a lot, and having a water bottle is really, really good to have. Second, Tupperware, really helpful too. If you go out with your friends and you have leftovers, Tupperware always comes in and saves the day. And especially at Vassar, since we have so many like to-go options, you can put your leftovers in that too. Plates, cutlery, all of those things, nice to have around in case you want to heat up something and your Tupperware doesn't allow you to heat it up. Those are also really good things to have around. Dish towels, dish soap. I also had a tub that I would put in the sink so that my dishes wouldn't touch the dirty sink. I found it really helpful. I would just wash all my dishes in the tub and then pour the water out of the tub afterwards. Yeah, really helpful. Paper towels, in case you have any spills or messes in your dorm room. You will spill water at one point and you will need to clean it up, so having paper towels around is really helpful too. A lint roller. It does get dusty in a dorm room. Bring a lint roller so that you can get that gross lint off of your clothes, especially if you're trying to go somewhere and look really nice, or you're wearing black. Another thing is obviously a hamper. You want to bring that. I have a collapsible one. It's really helpful. My roommate had one that was like a bag that she could hang on the door. That was also really cute. But you just want to have something that you can bring your clothes down in, because most of the time the washers and dryers are in the basement and you don't want to be carrying all of your clothes like it's individual items like this, like down to the basement. I got a drying rack. It's not a necessity. I did that because I didn't want to spend as much money on drying, and also because things like jeans tend to shrink and I didn't want them to shrink in the dryer, so I got a drying rack. it was really helpful. I would just put it out in my room and then I would hang my clothes on it and they would be dry within like the day. You want to bring a shower caddy, obviously, with all of your like hygiene stuff, just, you know, so you don't have to be carrying your individual shower bottles and loofahs and all of that stuff into the shower with you. Lotion, really helpful to have. It gets really dry and it's just awful for your hands, but it gets really dry in the winter. Bring lotion. Hair ties and brush for your hair. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah. I hope this video was helpful for any incoming first years. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.